300,000 years ago, our planet was a vastly different world than it is now. Yet we are still here, and all the other giant creatures featured in today's video are now extinct. So what happened? What caused these creatures to disappear? And how did we manage to survive when our ancestors were surrounded by so much raw power and danger? Join us as we take a journey back in time and uncover the story of Earth 300,000 years ago. Earth 300,000 years ago was a wild and forgotten world. Glaciers advanced and retreated across Europe and Asia. Volcanoes raged. Forests were dense and dark. Winds howled across vast savannas and deserts, teeming with creatures of unimaginable size and ferocity. Mammoth herds thundered across the landscape, while saber-toothed cats stalked their prey with deadly grace. Early humans, Homo sapiens, first emerged in Africa around this time, and they were surrounded by giants. Creatures with tusks and fangs and trunks and feathers and claws. Life was raw, untamed, and dangerous, but also breathtakingly majestic. Today we're going to explore some of the fascinating beasts that roamed our planet 300,000 years ago and learn about the forces that shaped their world and ultimately led to their demise. You'll discover the story of the ground sloth, the giant ape, the African giant buffalo, and many more incredible creatures. And you'll see how their extinction paved the way for the rise of modern humans. But before we begin, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more exciting journeys through time and space. Let's jump in. First up, let's meet the Pelorivus, a mammal that lived in Africa until about 11,000 years ago. These huge, stocky animals resembled modern African buffaloes and were about twice their size. The Pelorivus stood almost 6 feet tall at the shoulder and weighed over 2,600 pounds. They had massive crescent-shaped horns that could span 2 meters and were decorated with a bony sheath. Cave paintings show them as powerful, even godlike creatures. The Pelorivus roamed the same plains where early humans sharpened their stone tools and learned to survive. They were preyed upon by lions and hyenas, but nothing was safe from them. They could trample anything in their path, including humans. Next, let's turn our attention to Asia, where a giant ape named Gigantopithecus roamed the forests. Standing up to 10 feet tall and weighing over 1,100 pounds, this creature was one of the largest primates to ever live. It resembled a gorilla or chimpanzee, but was much larger. Some say it may have inspired legends like the Yeti or Bigfoot. Unfortunately, very little remains of Gigantopithecus. Only a few teeth and jaw fragments have been found. Scientists believe it lived in the forests of Southeast Asia and fed mainly on bamboo and fruit. It likely used its size and strength to dominate its habitat, but it was also gentle enough to climb trees and pick fruit. Gigantopithecus lived until about 100,000 years ago. It went extinct due to climate change and possibly competition with tigers and other predators. We may never know for sure because there's so little physical evidence left behind. But one thing is clear: Gigantopithecus was a true giant of the forest. Now let's travel to South America to meet Macrauchenia, a strange creature that looked like a camel, a giraffe, and a trunk all at once. This mammal had an oddball appearance that puzzled scientists for decades. It had a camel-like body and legs, but a giraffe-like neck and a trunk-like nose between its eyes. Despite its unusual looks, Macrauchenia was well adapted to its environment. It grazed on plants and used its trunk-like nose to reach high leaves. It lived until about 11,000 years ago, but its extinction was a mystery. Scientists struggled to understand why a well-adapted creature like Macrauchenia would go extinct. Fossils of Macrauchenia were first discovered in Argentina in the 19th century. But it wasn't until 1988 that paleontologists found a skull that revealed its strange features. Studying this creature has helped us understand the unique evolution of South American mammals. It's believed that Macrauchenia went extinct due to climate change and competition with other herbivores. Now let's move to North America, where a fearsome predator named Nothrotheriops ruled the skies. This giant ground sloth looked like a bear and weighed up to 2,500 pounds. It had long claws that helped it dig burrows in the ground, where it could escape from predators and conserve energy. Surprisingly, Nothrotheriops preferred the harsh desert over wooded areas. Despite its size, it was fast and agile. It could run up to 25 miles per hour and even climb trees. Its claws were curved and sharp, perfect for climbing and defense. But what did Nothrotheriops eat? Fossilized dung has revealed that it ate cacti, agave, and yucca, which are rare finds for such a large herbivore. Nothrotheriops lived until about 11,000 years ago, but its extinction remains a mystery. It may have been due to climate change, competition with other herbivores, or human hunting. Its skeleton is on display at the La Brea Tar Pits in Los Angeles, giving visitors a glimpse of this prehistoric giant. And finally, let's return to Europe to meet Megaloceros, a majestic creature that roamed the continent thousands of years ago. This giant elk had enormous antlers that could grow up to 12 feet wide. It was one of the most spectacular deer that ever lived. During the last ice age, it used its antlers for display and attracting mates. Its massive head and neck were protected by bony plates, and it had a thick coat of fur to keep it warm. Megaloceros was hunted by humans and depicted in ancient cave art. It wasn't just a symbol of power and strength, but also a spiritual honor. It's possible that Megaloceros went extinct due to climate change, competition with other herbivores, and human hunting. Its large size and slow reproduction rate made it vulnerable to extinction. The last surviving population was wiped out about 7,700 years ago. The story of Earth 300,000 years ago is a tale of giants and change. From the woolly mammoths to the Irish elk, these creatures roamed our planet until their sudden and mysterious disappearance. But why did they vanish, and how did life on Earth transform so drastically? Climate change played a major role in the extinction of these giants. As temperatures warmed, the glaciers receded, and the habitats of these creatures disappeared. Competition with other species also contributed to their downfall. As new animals moved into their territory, they outcompeted the giants for food and resources. Human hunting is another possible cause of their extinction. With the development of new weapons and hunting techniques, humans were able to kill these giants more effectively. It's important to remember that these giants didn't just disappear. They evolved over millions of years and were perfectly adapted to their environment. The woolly mammoth, for example, had thick fur and a layer of fat to keep it warm in cold climates. The Irish elk had enormous antlers to attract mates and defend itself. However, these adaptations weren't enough to save them from the forces of change that shaped our planet. The extinction of these giants is a reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of understanding the factors that drive change. By learning from the past, we can better predict and prepare for the challenges of the future. Who knows what new discoveries await us as we continue to explore the mysteries of our planet's history? Maybe one day we'll find even more amazing creatures that roamed the Earth 300,000 years ago. Until then, we can marvel at the stories of the giants that once roamed our world and ponder the forces that shaped their world and ultimately led to their disappearance. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time and space. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more exciting adventures.